All new this hour, a Portland Antique Mall is giving old tech a second life. Fox 12's Io Elise is here to tell us about the owner and how they're upgrading your old radio. Io.
Good morning. And yeah, home to a collection of vintage items from the turn of the century on, the Memory Den has 2 locations on Northeast Broadway. However, one signature item might just fool you into thinking it's an antique.
What draws me to antiques is history. I love history. I started as a U.S. history major, and I think each of these items has a story, and I like that I now get to become part of that story.
Owner and founder of the Memory Den, Tyler Gregory, is part of the story for many items in a few ways. First is being the owner of the Memory Den's Broadway Antique Mall in Northeast Portland, where he curates vintage items through a variety of sellers.
You'll find pretty much anything antique and vintage. So we have like vintage clothing, we have antique like housewares and decor.
He likes to say that if it has a barcode, it probably doesn't belong in the shop. And the second way he becomes part of the story is by converting old 20th century AM radios into 21st century Bluetooth speakers.
I started with one and I just kind of fiddled around with it and it sounded really great to me, and then a buddy of mine wanted one, and then all of a sudden it became this huge thing where I had over 60 of them.
To convert them, Gregory repairs elements of the radio like the knobs and the dials, and then adds in modern speakers, Bluetooth components, along with a new power supply. So
you get the look and the decor piece of the old radio, but you get a modern sound and the modern convenience of everything that Bluetooth has to offer.
The owner says that people are always sucked in by the radios when they walk into the shop, but it's hard not to notice other interesting items too.
We have 14 different sellers here, and each one has something unique to offer in their booth, and everyone brings something back to the front. It's hard to walk out of here empty-handed.
And that love for vintage has been embraced by the community on Broadway, because who can resist the thrill of the hunt?
It's pretty rare that I have someone coming in looking for something specific. It's more just like, let's see what I can find today. It's definitely more of a treasure hunt.
And the hunt will continue to a 3rd location featuring 100 sellers this July, but for now you can check out their current locations. We'll have a link at kptv.com for more. Back to you at the desk.
I don't need a Bluetooth player, but I want one of those. Those look really cool. Thanks, Io.